Now, preparations for the special official funeral of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, as bestowed by President Cyril Ramaphosa, are underway this morning in Ulundi. The funeral was meant to take place today, but was moved to tomorrow. Let's get you an update with Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi, who is live for us in Ulundi this morning. Linda, what's it looking like there in terms of preparations, given that we know that Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi's body will be taken to his family home today?
In fact, Michelle, you look around Ulundi and specifically around the area that we're in, it is, of course, a buzz this morning with some people even, camping outside the mortuary itself, which is also not far from the Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi regional stadium here in Ulundi. As you rightfully mentioned, preparations are underway, and I'll just give you a sense of what it's looking like from this vantage point. You can see the stage is already being set up. Of course, this is where dignitaries will be delivering their speeches and messages to the family tomorrow. It's also where the President Cyril Ramaphosa, will be delivering his eulogy at the funeral tomorrow. So preparations are underway. As you can see, also the tents are being set up here. This is the Mangosuthu Regional Stadium here in Ulundi, and Michelle, it has about a capacity of about 10,000 people, but more are expected to descend upon this area. For some, it won't be just about, coming here or the event itself, but it's about the moment, right? Being in the presence of Umntwana kaPhindangene for the very last time. This is someone that residents in this area have described as Ulundi's favorite son, someone that would drive past their homes regularly, someone who has a deep history and roots in the area. So the expectation, Michelle, is that many people will be coming. I'm going to ask my colleague Murana Likita to also just give you a sense of, the kind of place that it looks like from this vantage point. You'll also see that there are stands where members of the public can, of course, come and watch the proceedings from. So we know that this is a special official funeral. We're expecting that it will have some elements of military honors. And one of the big things that came out, particularly when we were speaking to people who were close to Umntwana kaPhindangene about yesterday, is how his funeral is expected to be a spectacle and a showcase, really encompassing the life and history of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. If you look at him, he's not one-dimensional. So all elements of his life, from the political side to the traditional side, and also going as far down as just an ordinary member of this particular area. Not necessarily an ordinary member because, of course, of his role, as the traditional prime minister, but also the chief of the Buthelezi clan. But to bring it back home, the man that they're used to seeing in the area. So the worry is, what exactly will it look like? How do you merge the traditional aspects with the special official funeral, which is, of course, the official honors that will be granted to a person of his stature? There's talks of Amabuso who are going to be here, and members of society, politicians, leaders of society, traditional leaders who are expected to come here. So what is that going to look like? And what will be interesting is also the choice of guests that will be taking to the stage to speak really about this man that they've known, and has made a contribution to the country's history, but also to the traditional fraternity. So it's going to be really interesting watching what the send-off will be like. The family certainly, quite clear about the kind of send-off that they want to give him, a dignified send-off, which they will be, of course, giving to him. So all those preparations will culminate to that funeral service that will take place tomorrow at this stadium.
Linda Mnisi live to us there in Ulundi, and of course you can catch live rolling coverage of the funeral, the special Category 1 funeral of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, tomorrow right here on 405.